Hey guys. Oh shit. 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 Okay. Not really sure what happened earlier. I was trying to record this video. Sometimes Spirit just does not want me to have the video recorded. But this is a gentleman I have met. His name is Chris. I don't know him on a personal basis. I rolled dice for him to help him with his numerology, and he had 2 6s, 2 2s, and 2 3s, which is kind of backwards from what I just did. But and then the cards that have been pulled. So I wanted the situation and a helper card for the situation to better understand the situation. And then I wanted the first person's energy, which I wanted to be Chris's. And we got the 3 of Pentacles and the Queen of Pentacles in reverse. And the birthdays that we have in question and the people that we are asking today is we have a 5-5 of 95, and then we have a 12-24 of 99. Don't mind a kitty kitty. Kitty kitties love the energy. And so the energy for the second person is the Hanged Man, decisions. And what you guys missed in the first half was there's a situation going on here where he does view this person he is thinking of, which he revealed was his sister, as the Star card. And the Star card in the sense that, you know, she is the star of her own show. And he has confirmed that. And then we have, you know, this 5 of cups in reverse as well, which means pretty much just a lot left undone, has not been justified, has not been, it's almost like an unrequited love, but not in a lover's sense as in a siblings. As in a siblings, there's a lot left undone here. And then the next card out for his energy is the 3 of Pentacles in reverse, also the Queen of Pentacles, which tells me, you know, his sister had ideas of a certain person bringing her a certain amount of happiness and fortune, and although everyone around her could see that this was a mask, this is a false persona, I feel like she realizes that now, but a lot of people think that once they get in a situation where they realize that there is false mask being worn, that they cannot get out of it. And so do you see how the priest here is standing on the bench? That's what tells me right away that this relationship that she is in is false. And why does he need to stand up there, almost as he needs to prove something, almost as needing to showboat or needing to make himself look a certain type of way. And when the Queen of Pentacles is in reverse, I normally see the Queen of Pentacles as someone who has her business together, her money together. But when it's in reverse, it can almost be a state of mind. It can almost be a thought about a person. So you know how much potential this person has. And when they're in the reverse, you see it going by the wayside. Makes you, you know, resonate with the situation like it's less than what it could be, and she deserves so much more. And then for the situation, or for the energy of her, we have the Hanged Man in reverse. And so we're going to get a second energy for a 12-24 of 99. And we have the Fool in reverse. So the Fool in reverse just kind of double states that this decision that she's made at one point, you know, did leave her feeling like she was the fool, right? But all the Fool means is that he is on a separate journey, separate from what everyone else thinks that they should be doing, separate from maybe what the status quo would have for you. But what's really beautiful about this card is that it's 0. And so it can be a start or it can be a finish. Whether it's in reverse or not, And a lot of what this energy has had in the past is always questioning whether what she's doing is right or not. And that has a lot of influence over her in her lifetime. Would you agree with that, Chris? Can you let us in a little bit on, your thoughts on what I had just said?
So far it's been... Wow.
It's okay.
Well, it has been very accurate so far.
Yeah. What are you really resonating with the things that I've shared from you from Spirit's point of view? What is one of the most things that are sticking out in your mind? Like, I believe in a lot of things. This is what I hear is, I believe a lot of things, and then I'm shown this, and this just tells me that this is divinely guided, that this is happening in the exact moment when it needs to happen, and it's for inner healing, it's for self-love. What's one of the messages you've heard tonight that it makes you really feel and resonate with that?
Well, I hope my sister learns from her mistakes.
Yeah.
Well, not her mistakes. It's from lessons that she...
Her karma, right?
Yeah.
Her
Yes.
karma. And maybe kind of accepting that what her karma is doesn't have a reflection on you or what you didn't do. But something that they really want you to know is that you feel like there's more that could have been done in a situation, which makes you feeling lesser of a person constantly, but that was not actually your responsibility. However, you were willing to take that on and do that wholeheartedly. But that is not your karma to play out, and that is not your destiny, and that part of letting go is going to be part of your healing process. Does that seem pretty accurate?
It does.
Good. All right, so should we pull a couple more cards? I'm going to have you split this deck into 3. So I want you to grab at any certain point and put a deck here, and then grab at another certain point and put a deck here with your left hand. If you're right-handed, use your left hand, and if you are left-handed, use your right.
Alright, so 3 over here and 3 over here.
I just want you to cut the deck at anywhere you feel the guidance to cut the deck for this first one. Anywhere you want to cut the deck and place it right here. And then cut the deck one more time for me and place it right beside. And then I want you to pick up this one first. Stack it there. On here.
Wait, on this one?
Mm-hmm. I'm waiting to stack that one. And then stack this whole stack onto that one. Or like that. If you're compelled, if you feel compelled to put that one on top, please do. Because this is for the future action of you. And they say that I need to draw 5 cards in. So I'm going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And this is your card. This is your future action. Beautiful. 10 of Cups. That's reconciliation. It's meeting up with her again, right? Whether in the spiritual realm, they say a lot of this already happens in a dream state, but you actually do dream about her. Do you feel like that's correct?
I do.
Do you?
Yes.
Yeah. And they say that only part of you is actually willing to admit a whole truth here. There's a whole truth here, and you don't need to share with us today, but there's a whole truth here, and when you really, really, really look inside and accept what the whole truth is that is when you feel your 10 of Cups, and this is completion. This is happiness. This is moving forward. This is reconciliation. This is having words. This is everything you want, they say. Everything you want and desire, and this universe is ready and willing to deliver it to you. But they said that this first card that I laid down is part of the reason why they can't. And it's because look how bound up you are. What do you feel so guilty about? You don't need to share with us. But that's what this card tells me. He is bound. He is bound by a past life karma that he blames himself for still today. Although it is not your karma in this day and age, you hold yourself here. It's like a prisoner. Look at that. A prisoner, a certain amount of guilt, a certain amount of something that is not necessary to feel. Although Spirit understands why you feel this, because of the way society says things should be and need to be, and the order of things. But that outside of this, I mean, look at that beautiful castle in the background, and that beautiful shore, and like how the water is going to make its path through, whether you're bound or not. Whether you're bound or not, there is this beautiful ending, and whatever you are holding yourself to and keeping bound, that this does not need to be your future action, which is actually why it came like that. But they're not going to let me lay it down like that because of everything they want me to point out in this. They say that, so the sword that is here in front also had a play and why you feel bound. And so that is not your energy or this second sister energy that we're talking about, but this is an energy of a person who is helping keep you bound and feeling like you're not worthy of this. You're not worthy. There's a certain amount of oppression and quietness and a certain idea or thought or process or pattern or religion or outcome or thought that helps keep you bound. Helps keep you bound because you're ashamed.
This. I
And
mean,
this
not
one.
shame from this, but from achieving this.
Yeah. Yeah. So they say actually this could be yours like within 5 minutes if you so choose. But because of what you're manifesting in your head and your negative thoughts, that it keeps you bound. Like you'll never have this because you feel like you need to know what's going on here first before you can have this. And that's actually not the truth. What you desire and this happiness, whether it's with this energy, with your energy, with the situation, with someone else, that you're actually very abundant and very, very, very blessed, and that you keep yourself stuck in this energy because it's actually easier than facing things at times, facing truths, because all these swords in the background, they've already been stuck to the ground. They've already been stuck in a back. They've already been. And so to stay here in the middle of all of these swords that have already been stuck down in the ground and kind of stuck in your back, that this is kind of what you know, and this is kind of how you cope. Rather than moving forward, just knowing that everything's going to be okay, that for something inside of you has a real problem with just accepting that everything that has happened is divinely guided, and everything that does happen is for a reason, and the universe, whatever is yours, the universe will deliver to you, and you get to keep, and whatever isn't is taken away, and that's kind of a hard thing for you. What is not yours and what is not meant to be kept can't be kept. And we have to just accept that, right? It isn't ours. It might have been ours for a certain amount of time. Might have been ours. But that the sooner that you get to the point where you can accept that all these swords in the background are not your future. Like, you have such a bright future. And holiday. That's the song I hear in my head right now. Are you on a holiday? Where are you from? Are you from here?
I'm from Grants Pass.
Oh, okay. So
Born
you just
Coos Bay, raised in Grants Pass.
okay. So you just kind of came on a journey here.
Yeah.
Okay, great,
And
great.
I'm like trying to live here.
That's
too.
why I hear that song. Okay, holiday, right, right, and to continue to wear your heart on your sleeve like you have. Like, I see that you've kind of been trying to be like this guarded person so you don't get hurt again and da-da-da-da. but every time you are hurt or every experience that is had needs to be had for the greater good of yourself. And so then we're going to get, so we have the situation, a helper card for the situation. First person's energy, which is yours. Second person's energy, which is the 1224 of 99. And then your future actions, which this says, this is 50-50. So you've also thought about making an actual, what I'm confused about is because they say half spiritual, half 3D playing. So then I don't know if she's actually alive or she isn't, because what throws me off is that you connect with her through dreams. But in the same sense, it's like you could call her right now, you know. I mean, not literally right now because you don't have the contacts maybe too, but in the 3D plane. So could you clarify for me, is she alive or past?
She's alive.
She's alive, okay.
And sometimes I have dreams about her.
Yeah.
But it's weird. It's like, in a way that I'm trying to save her.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's exactly what this kind of says, right? So you want to save her, but your 3D plane is here. You're like stuck. You're like, how can I save someone from something that they don't see at the moment that they need saved from? Although she knows inside what she really does need to be saved from. I feel like you're approaching the situation too protectively, but you can't help that, right? That's your instincts.
Yeah.
That's your instincts. You've had all of these swords in your back. Why would you not approach her happiness with ready to put these swords in another motherfucker's back?
Right.
But it's actually not necessary, and that out of the greatest good, if you make a decision out of your heart space, and if you can honestly say that it's for the greatest good of everybody involved, that you won't be this hanged man, you won't be this energy of, you know, yes, you've had a lot of bad things done to you, but that doesn't necessarily mean that that's her karma. And that if you come at her in the right kind of way, which you already kind of know, they say, you already kind of know the way that you should approach it to make happiness and to acceptance. And although that might bruise your ego, they say it's really, really important to let go of your ego.
Yeah.
Your ego has to die in this situation for this to move forward to 10 of Cups. And so we're going to get the second person, which would be the 1224 of 99. We want to know what that energy, their future action is. And it's the Death card. And the Death card can mean, you know what, so it's very funny. A lot of people don't like to see the Death card, but what this can mean to me is...
It means also death of...
It means rebirth.
Ego and rebirth.
It means rebirth.
That means...
Whenever there's a death, there's a new start, right?
It means
we can't have an ending to something without a beginning to something else. And this is also Scorpio energy.
She'll probably fail.
No, she'll be very successful. This is this card represents Scorpio energy.
Oh.
And so waters run deep. That is a water sign. That means waters run deep. And all this means is that her future energy is that if you're willing to look past these things that you feel bound by, and you're willing to accept that maybe this is her 10 of Cups at the moment, although you might not choose the 10 of Cups with this certain situation for her, that if you're just willing to keep an open mind and at least accept whatever she accepts, then there can be a rebirth here. There can be a rebirth with a new beginning, because people see the Death card. They say, oh no, that's not going to happen. That's not going to this. That's not going to... All this means to me is that something will come to an end. So you not talking will come to an end.
Yeah.
And a rebirth of a new situation can begin. Don't be afraid of the Death. And we're going to get a clarifying on her energy. And it's the Chariot in reverse. She is so ready.
She's just
for
like
this.
Me. She's just like me.
She's so ready. So the Chariot is a Cancerian energy, and I would almost bet that this might be her other half.
She's getting ready to go on a journey. She's getting ready to do her own thing. If
You know what
she's
else
ready.
this could mean?
If she's ready.
You know what else this could mean, though? Because look at the energy I'm channeling. I want to know the situation between you and this other person. Here it is right here. I want to know what your energy is at this moment, and it's right here. I want to know what her energy is at this moment, and it's right here. I want to know your future actions on this situation. It's right here. And her future actions, Chariot in reverse, means she's waiting. She's waiting for this rebirth, and it will not start until you make the move. But you know that already. That's why this is just sitting here in reverse. Look how easy it is to make it deliverance. There, boom. New start. She's delivering. Yep, ready, signed, sealed, delivered. Let's go. But it won't happen without this rebirth. And the rebirth has to come from you, and I think you know that. I think that you know what needs to be done. You need to put your pride aside.
I need to tell her what's going on.
Absolutely. Be open and honest, right?
Yeah.
Because think about it. She is your sister. And so it's like, what is unconditional love? It literally means that we will love someone no matter what. So under any condition, my love will not falter from you. So under any condition, under any circumstance, I still have love for you. Which I think you struggle with, and so does she at times, because you both see that things should be done a certain way. That subjects need approached this way, and that things need handled this way. But that's actually not true. And when you start putting stipulations on the way things need to be done, I mean, it's just going to keep you 25,000 miles apart. So the outcome for this situation, they say I need one from the bottom, one from the middle, and one from the top. We're going to do that really quick. The one from the bottom is Temperance in reverse. This is a Sagittarius energy. I am Sagittarius. I'm 52% Sagittarius, and so I very much resonate with this card. And when it's in reverse, it means there is no balance here. There is no balance. But whatever has happened in the past, they say draw a second card. Yeah. Look, this is the Empress. This is a very beautiful mothering energy. This is a very, when she is in reverse, no balance. That whatever it is that you can't accept about her situation, she needs you to, that she will in time have temperance over the situation, but without your
without my guidance.
yeah, and your loving unconditional love. So that means without no judgment and without your personal agenda, right? Because although you might feel slighted in certain ways, that if someone did something to you that it's unjustified and that's not okay and that's not right, it is not for you to decide for other people's situation, but to purely be there as a loving energy. And then the High Priestess in reverse. So all these cards, these are the clarifying. This situation is unbalanced, but you know why? So someone with the first, middle, or last name of either one of these initials plays a big part in this situation. I feel like there's forgiveness that needs involved. There is
her dad was a mailman.
and was his first, middle, or initial name B or J?
I don't remember actually.
Yeah. Well, and if it's not, then he was born in February, is what I see. And then if that also is not correct, then it says that this energy has recently had secrets with the moon down here. There's lots of secrets between this energy, and
She actually tried to meet him, but he didn't. He came up to her and said, "I don't know who you are," and left.
yeah, and that's because he's afraid, right? You see how there's the dark and the light, and she approaches him innocently with this white light, like, let's come to this understanding, let's get to this. And here he is in the dark, and it's because he stays in a fear space. He's fearful. He's fearful of growing close or having anything to do with something so beautiful as a High Priestess. She's got a lot to offer the world, and that can be
A lot.
yeah, that can be really intimidating. And a lot of people, I feel like, almost get the energy like they're not good enough but then there is a certain energy that comes into her life that takes over, and that is why this is primarily dark. They came in and they took over. Now, not that that was their intention, but because of whatever their soul contract is between the two of them, that this is a karmic situation to where there is karma that needs played out, and she will rise above. And the clarifying card for that is the Lovers. See? So it wanted to come out in reverse, but I'm not going to set it down in reverse. And why, as Spirit says, it's not meant to come out in reverse, that it's reverse because of the dark energy that she allows in her space, but that her future is the Lovers. And this is a Gemini energy. Now, it doesn't mean that it has anything to do with the Gemini. It can be any sign, but the Lovers represents that she knows in this situation that this is not her true love, but there could be either kids, finances, or situations that keeps them tied together currently. Do you feel like that's true? Yeah. And so the last card that they want me to pull out is from the bottom of the deck, and it's the Magician. So we can make this situation into anything you want. So number one, it can be beginnings or it can be ends, and it's who is going to be the bigger person to offer this cup and that pentacle and the first start. Because look how beautiful this garden is right here. Like we can have beautiful and look, that's infinity. That's forever. That's the infinity sign. That's infinite. That this love cannot be shaken through family or through situations. It's how you want to approach it and who's going to be the bigger man and put their pride aside and put their ego aside and admit that, you know, what you choose for you might not be right for me, but that I accept you and I love you, and that's unconditional. So, on a scale of 1 to 10, Chris, how accurate do you feel like this read was?
10.5.
Awesome. Awesome. And is there any other, I mean, I can pull one more card. Is there one certain question, which they say that there is, but that you might not be willing to share it on camera, but if you could just think it in your head, if you don't want to share that question on camera, which I feel like you don't, ask that question in your head, and then I will pull a clarifying card, which will be a clear yes or no, and it'll be based on a major arcana. So the question that you need to ask needs to be a yes or no. And make sure the question that you ask is for the greater good of everyone involved. Go ahead and ask that question. I'll give you 5 seconds. Have you asked that question? It needs to be a yes or no. Ask the question, and then a major arcana signifies yes, a court card signifies no, and any other minor arcana signifies the universe is not ready for you to have this answer. So if you could go ahead and ask that yes or no question about the situation.
Yeah, I'm good.
Have you asked? In your mind?
Yeah.
Okay. And the card out is, it's a major arcana, it's the World, so that's a yes, and it's in reverse right now, which means you have a little bit of time before this will be a yes, but that once the World turns with Justice, they say, and that's the next card out is Justice. So with Justice, this will be a yes, and they say that in some ways that'll be hard to accept, but in other ways you're also prepared.
Good.
How accurate is that?
10.5.
Awesome, awesome.
I'd say like a 20.5.
Yay, 20.5? All right, well, thank you, Chris. Hey, guys, this is Divine Spirit of Sunshine. You guys, make sure you like and comment my videos. It brings good karma to you and good analyticals to me. So we'll talk soon. Everybody have a good night, all right? Goodbye.